I'm down by the river again, looking for boats, watching people row up and down. It's a little bit windy today, so the wind might be a bit, sound might be a bit blowy on this video. But I'm thinking about YouTube. I'm thinking about swarms and connectivity, and I'm thinking about psychology. And this is really sparked by something I noticed in my activity stream. I think it was this morning, but it might have been yesterday. Of course, in my activity stream I get updates on what people I subscribe to are doing, when they favourite something or when they might upload a new video, that kind of stuff. And I've noticed that Thunderf00t, who I subscribe to, had favourited a video by ZOMGitsCriss. It was the video that she made in collaboration with a number of other women on the topic of prostitution and feminism. Interesting video. So on the face of it, there's perhaps nothing too surprising about that Thunderf00t would see this video and think, oh, that's worth favouriting. But it's not the kind of stuff he usually favourites. His channel is a science channel and a kind of debunking channel and a sceptical channel, and increasingly quite a forthright anti-religious channel. But it doesn't usually talk about feminism. It doesn't usually talk about the sex industry, any of those kinds of things.
Okay, good. And come forward to your front stop.
Sorry, there's a bit of coaching going on here.
Don't worry about your blades. Open your shoulders.
I'll try and talk over it, but you might get a bit of background noise here. So anyway, yeah, so Thunderf00t has favourited ZOMGitsCriss's video, and it might just be because he likes it. But as I said, he hasn't got a history of favouriting that kind of stuff. So what's the reason for that? Well, firstly, I want to talk about what's the reason for that. Then I want to talk about some of the implications. I can't resist thinking that there's a little bit of tribalism going on there. Some of Thunderf00t's recent videos have received quite a bit of criticism from a number of YouTube users, and the most recent video by ZOMGitsCriss, the one I'm just referring to, has also received quite a bit of criticism from a number of YouTube users. And there's a significant overlap between the people who are criticising Thunderf00t and the people who are criticising ZOMGitsCriss. It's the same people, largely, who are criticising one that's criticising the other. And I think it's irresistible to think that Thunderf00t, feeling a little bit besieged perhaps, or not, but either way, just recognising that there's a group of people out there that are saying critical things about him, perhaps leaving critical response videos. Those same people are also criticising, leaving negative response videos to ZOMGitsCriss, and I think he's finding common purpose here. I think it's that whole enemy of my enemy is my friend thing. I think he's recognised a fellow victim, if you like. I mean, I know he's got huge numbers of subscribers, he's not really a victim, but we all kind of feel that way sometimes, don't we? I think he's feeling a bit beleaguered and has sought common purpose in ZOMGitsCriss. And that little moment of psychological tribalism, that little moment of frailty that we all have, I think, in Thunderf00t's case, has been captured in that click of the mouse where he's favourited ZOMGitsCriss's video. Which for me leads on to the more interesting aspects of that, really. Because of course we all have those little feelings and make these little alliances, and we have little fallings out, and we like things and we dislike things. But that pattern of activity that we live our lives by, it disappears, doesn't it, once the moment's gone. There's no trace left behind of all those little moments of psychological, triviality, really. But that's not the case here on YouTube and other kinds of sites, I guess. When we enact out those moments by favouriting, leaving a comment, giving a thumbs up, giving a thumbs down, all that kind of stuff, it's kind of captured. And not only is it captured, but it adds to the fabric that is, in this case, YouTube. Because all this stuff, these videos that we're putting on here, at least most of them, they're all kind of connected to one another, aren't they? They're all connected via common subscribers, or by appearing in different people's favourites alongside another one. So there's all these little connections between these videos that we're all making, and between us as subscribers, by just being in the same subscriber box, or by being in the same activity stream, or by being in the same collection of favourites. And in this particular case, what's happened is that when Thunderfoot responded to whatever that psychological moment was and clicked the mouse and made that video a favourite, he's added to a little connection there. He's made a little join, a little nexus in the fabric of the YouTube community, web, whatever it is. And of course, once that connection's made, it's changed the shape of that fabric. It's either distorted it or added to it or done something to it. So around this swarm of users that we all are, I knew I'd be able to get to the word swarm eventually. All this swarm of users like ourselves that are moving through this site, and the thousands of users that swarm through Thunderfoot's channel. Some of that swarm now will just depart and just veer off slightly because they've seen this icon in his favourites of ZOMGitsCriss, and they'll just veer off slightly. You know, almost as if there's a new kind of indentation appeared in this contour landscape web thing. Sorry, I know I'm mixing metaphors, but yeah, that little psychological moment has now left its imprint, left its mark, left its shape on the overall landscape through which we're all swarming and herding and floating and flying and buzzing.